Thanks to the NCIE and the Telstra Foundation, we've been brought together to collaborate and develop ideas that'll bring about Indigenous digital excellence.
An idea is just the very beginning, the very start of what we hope will become a movement in this country to unlock digital potential, and one that we can co-create together.
Where some communities are just bolted on to digital inclusion, that they are not sustainable. Where they are built in to the communities, that Indigenous communities are producers, they are not just consumers.
We heard that the fact that people were using technology to communicate was good for literacy and education, no matter what the technology was being used for.
There's a lot of hope, in this, and you could see it from a lot of people saying, particularly from a lot of the non-Indigenous conversation, about what they want from us in terms of, we can do stuff in the digital space that's going to teach them, it's going to help them engage.
Where do we want to sort of pick up on the opportunities? How are we going to get the communities involved? How are we going to let them own it, drive it and sustain it?
Chairs, the most dangerous thing in everyday life.
We can make change, make change.
Talking about empowerment and digital literacy acquisition and self-representation, but we're also talking about people hearing those stories, acknowledging those stories.
We have a responsibility, if we want to share our stories, to give it to people in whatever form they're asking for it for.
So what we're going to be doing is thinking about what might Indigenous digital excellence look like in 2018.
Really about self-determination. Have a lot of the herbal knowledge.
Confident with the technology that they're using.
Setting up for sustainable success.
Local language, that's achieved.
And embracing failure. It's okay to get it wrong the first time.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a super new, innovative idea. New combinations is just as important.
NCIE will come up with a process that's going to support people to develop ideas.
They can't tell us who we need to be. Now it's time for self-determination. Self-determination.
So Idea Global is a new app. It's about being a community artist who's out in the sticks or in the city or somewhere over in Canada, America, Mexico, Albuquerque, anywhere. It's connecting Indigenous communities together to create a new creative industry, a global digital industry.
KIN is basically a network that enables all of us to connect together. But most importantly, it now enables the most vulnerable people in our communities to connect together.
Doris came up as a bit of a joke, if only we had our own type of Google. And from there, we started to explore the idea.
It's essentially a search engine which only has authenticated Indigenous content.
Blaccess, this is where this comes in. Blaccess is about connecting our mob and those communities who don't have access to these devices and therefore being able to participate in the digital economy.
We're going to use the things that everyone has talked about, so Doris, KIN, Blaccess. We're going to use them as supporting our whole idea and how digital excellence can actually support an entire project to be successful.
The foundation is going to contribute about $1 million a year to the NCIE, so about $5 million over the 5 years.
What the Telstra Foundation has given us is a really solid platform to back the ideas that the NCIE has, but more than that, to really back the ideas that come out of this summit.